stores to 1,000 stores or 1,000 places where you can buy. You can certainly buy her goods online. And she's just at a very good place. She's an incredibly confident, creative, talented woman who also supports her father's presidency and realizes that there are bigger issues that he's going to tackle. And if she decides and it works for her family, she comes inside the White House here. She knows people like Dina Powell and me will be working with her to help on women empowerment, women's health.
We will have unquestioned military strength beyond anything anybody can imagine.
We have president's powers in this area represent the apex of executive authority. It is a fact, and you will not deny it, that there are massive numbers of non-citizens in this country who are registered to vote. That is a scandal. We should stop the presses. That's the story we should be talking about, and I'm prepared to go on any show, anywhere, anytime, and repeat it and say the President of the United States is correct 100%.
Hello, brothers and sisters, and welcome to this week's Vegematic Show. There's a few things on my mind. Just some polls. This is some Reuters polls. And Saturday Night Live has more credibility than Trump, with 48% of the public, compared to 43 who thinks that Trump has more credibility, and 10% are not sure. So we'll have to work on that 10%. Oh, have you heard that there's some rumor that Vladimir Putin is discussing handing over Snowden to Trump as a goodwill gesture, so to speak. Trump, of course, has said that he would wish for the hero Edward Snowden to be executed, you know, in a loving kind of way. You know, the way Trump does things. Did you know that the government ethics website crashed when Kellyanne Conway actually was peddling Ivanka's crap? Oh man, everything's so weird these days. National strike, February 17th. Also International Women's Day, May 1st. And I've heard talking about big strikes. Striking. Yeah, there is some resistance building, I'll say that. That's a good thing. I woke up this morning and thought, oh my God, I haven't done a Vegematic in a week. Now I wonder whether it's worth doing it every week, but at the last minute somehow I've just got it in my blood that I got to do a Vegematic, because it pisses some people off so much, and therefore it makes me very, very happy at times. It's just, yeah, I'm funny that way, you know. A very special hello to my friend Al up in Blind River, who sent me that marvelous voodoo picture of the Cheeto with pins in it. You know, maybe we could sort of do all that together. Like, every one of us get a Cheeto and start sticking pins in it and thinking real hard. No, not really. I wouldn't do that. He's good people. Oh, Flynn's gone. One down. How many more to go? Here's another interesting, fun poll from Reuters, and there is 46% support for the impeachment of Mr. Trump. 46% of Americans are in favor of impeaching him, and Trump's approval rating the lowest, of course, among any president in history. But that doesn't bother him, because he lives in the world of alternative Kellyanne Conway facts. Oh, and thank you, that darn Robbo from my hometown in Quebec. And he has asked for permission to run some clips of me yammering on his radio program. And say, that darn Robbo, how about sending me a darn link to your darn show so I can listen to that darn Robbo on air? It sounds like a really cool show. If you're going to put me on it, it's got to be cool. There's a television show I watched the other day. I don't watch much television, but this happened to be on, and it was interesting. Isn't that amazing when you find something interesting on television? But it was a show called Abandoned, and it's a skater guy, and he goes around to all these abandoned places in America. And it really tugs at your heartstrings to see these once vibrant places empty and derelict. Oh, the one that I watched about St. Louis was particularly disturbing. The school, of course, the exodus of good paying jobs and the exodus of manufacturing, coupled with declining enrollment and everything, left all these beautiful old schools that were built, the turn of the century or the Roosevelt era. Beautiful buildings, complete wrecks. And one particularly struck me, and it had only been closed, I think, since 20 years ago or something. Only 20 years, you can tell I'm old. But it was so decrepit. And it was a school for performing and visual arts, high school for performing and visual arts. And I thought, wow, that's incredible. And, beautiful auditorium, all decrepit, things falling from the ceiling. Derelict, and they were selling it for something like $500,000, including all the land that comes with it. But then they cut towards the end of the show, and they showed a consolidated high school that did really, really well. It received adequate funding, that was disciplined. It was a military high school. And I go, isn't that just typical of what happens? Is that we negate the arts. We sort of say, oh, it's not anything. It's just arts, whether performing arts or visual arts. It's just art. Don't create something if it's not going to be commercial and commercially viable. It's just, but the military, well, that's sacred, and that, that's the solution, not anything creative. Anyway, bothered me. We have one show like that in Canada that goes around to all these dead little towns, and we've got millions of dead little towns in Canada. The manufacturers have moved on, the mines have shut down, or a myriad of sad situations. I had some clown commenting on one of my videos, and he was very funny because he is attacking me and telling me I should shut down my channel in order to be credible because I was feeding the great Google machine, and I wasn't espousing his libertarian fucktard opinions. Yeah, I leave them up there. I just, might answer one, and then okay, I'll make him bite. I'll piss him off. I'll write something that'll really piss him off. I don't go to right-wing YouTube channels and hang out there and leave comments and art. Well, why would I want to? I have a brain, for God's sakes. So why do these right-wingers come onto left-wing websites or channels and feel entitled to bloviate and expunge massive amounts of flatulence aimed at the obviously more intelligent side of the spectrum? Is it because they are secretly, they're all, stop playing with that, Chomsky. Chomsky, that is not a toy, you little bastard. It's not a toy. I wondered why my mic cords weren't working. I think I just discovered the answer. Chomsky likes to bat at them with his paw and grab them. He likes wires. Have you ever known a cat that likes wires? The bane of my existence. Leave it alone. You're a little brat. Yeah. It's not a toy. It could be a toy. My apologies for not reading your comments earlier. I tend to save them up. I save them up and read them all at once. And Ella was commenting on the last one, which I pictured Trump in the straight jacket. And she commented that Trump is no more insane than the rest of the elites in charge. He'll just bring the implosion on faster. Well, she's got a really good point there. Standing Rock Pipeline would have happened under Clinton as well. And yeah, you know, you can't argue with that. Yeah, he's no more crazy than Clinton. Density McCartney. Thank you. Hello. The insanity syndrome is upon us. Therefore, have no hope and no fear. Since I lost hope, I feel much better. Thank you, Density, for that nice comment. Hambone commented, I think he meant shit weasel. I'm always getting gibbons and weasels mixed up. They're two different species, Hambone. Come on. You know enough about nature that gibbons and weasels are entirely different. Shit gibbons, I think they throw their feces. That's where they get the name. That's the legend anyway. Thank you, Hambone. Let's see, I got a bunch of trolling stuff. And then I got... Phoenix Chastain. Hello, Phoenix. Hope you're rising from the ashes today. Trump's the guy with NPD, that's true, narcissistic personality disorder, but I would add a malignant in front of the narcissistic personality disorder. The prognosis is very poor and known as highly resistant to treatment. And it's exceptionally rare to find one who will willingly even go for a limited treatment. Yeah, that's true, Phoenix. Yep, I know people that are 90 years old and still narcissists, so there you go. Barbara Sondrial, can't play the video? Question mark? I don't know. Rachel, hey. Love all your videos, Veg. By the way, how did you get your name? Well, Rachel, it's a long and complicated story. You see, when I was a kid, I always wanted a Vegematic. I always saw the ads and thought that Vegematic would be the coolest thing in the world. And it was the power of advertising, and I was a very confused child. Very confused. The other kids wanted the fire truck, I wanted the Vegematic. And I didn't want the ordinary one, I wanted the deluxe model. I never got it, and it traumatized me. So when it came to pick a handle for YouTube, I got really shit-faced one night and said, I know, I'll call my channel Vegematic, which is the name of the show. I am not Vegematic, although my brain sometimes tends towards vegetation. And particularly as I age, you get more vegetative and more meditative, hopefully. This is what I don't get about all these elite politicians, and they're all old fuckers, and they never develop spiritually. Not a bit, right? Not a bit. Even as you get old and you know you're gonna croak. No, never took into account who they've harmed, how much they've harmed people. It's all NPD, isn't it? Society is suffering from malignant narcissism, has been for many years. So Trump is just the king of the narcissists. And, wow. Thank you, Landlogger. All about the Fetch Timmy, a.k.a. Monkey Jesus. How you doing, man? Okay, gee, no hate. Well, there's some hate stuff in there, and I go into that later, and but probably not, because I'm finding that it's, you engage a troll and he just keeps trolling and trolling and trolling, and they never make any valid points. It's just all crap, shit that they pull out of their ass. So I'm not going to bother with that shit. Once a week I do these things. Once a week I put myself out there, expose myself to God knows what kind of shit the brainwashing box puts in here. I don't know. Less computer time. Make more art, maybe. That's what I'm gonna do. But you know, the damn thing is there, and you turn it on, and you're, next thing you know, it's 3 hours have gone by, and you've made 30 seconds worth of weird looking video that some people have grown to appreciate, and that's gratifying for me as an old man, and after I'm dead, then people can still look at me, and I can make a fool of myself even post-mortem. That's the amazing thing about technology, is that it will live on after me, embarrassing the hell out of my descendants. Oh, wait a minute, I don't have any descendants. Oh, fuck, I'm the last of a line. The Vegematic line is over after me. Heartbroken. Because I'm so special. Anyway, that's all I got for tonight. See you next week. Thanks for watching. Stay strong. Fight on. Used to be disgusted, now I try to be amused. Good night. Sleep tight. Good night, all my friends. Good night, sisters. Good night, brothers. Good night, Chomsky, and stop scratching the wall. Oh, that's like chalk on blackboard. Cats. Why do I put up with them? Cats. Cats. I try and cook a meal. There's on the floor. There's cats. Just cats.